everyone's having a great day, great night, great week, whenever y'all are watching this shit up in through here. And as y'all can tell by the title, your girl's back to do these motherfucking Real Housewives of Atlanta recaps, okay? Okay, so I know it's been several weeks since I've done a recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Thank you so much for being patient with me. Y'all know I was sick as a motherfucker, okay? And damn near lost my voice. And y'all know I be talking loud as fuck when I do these recaps, damn near yelling through these motherfuckers. So that's the reason why I have not done one in the last couple of weeks. I was sick over the holidays, finally feeling a whole hell of a lot better. And then of course the usual holiday stuff happened, family time. My sister came into town. If you guys want to see what we did while we were hanging out during the holidays, you already know the vlog channel is down below. We daily vlog there every single day, okay? So if you want to see what we did, check out the link that's down below. It's the Socialite Life TV. I'll put it all up and through here so y'all can check it out. Please disregard the fact that I'm in a completely different room right now, okay? This is my family room, and the reason why I chose to go ahead and shoot up in here, alright, is because I'm in front of the TV. And y'all, if you guys follow me on the vlogs, y'all know when I do these recaps, I have to go from one room to the other, okay, to do these recaps. So I will watch the video or watch the TV in here, and then I will have to go back to my bedroom to actually shoot, and that happens every 15 minutes or so. So I'm trying to just protect my back, because y'all know that shit hurts my back like a motherfucker. So we doing it in here today until my recording beauty room is done, and it's 95% done. So that'll be debuted sometime this month, okay? And no, I don't have a ring on. Before anybody says some shit, I'm hanging out. I don't wear my ring all day, all night, because, I'm cleaning and shit. I gotta do some dishes and shit, so just disregard that shit. But I'm back up in this motherfucker to do this damn recap, so, let go. By the way, we ain't doing no recap juice, because it's early as fuck in the morning, okay? I ain't no damn lunch, alright? So, first up, we got Peter and we got Cynthia. Now, they're looking at yet another motherfucking spot for bar one. And if this motherfucker moves one more motherfucking time with his motherfucking bar one restaurant, like, I'm sitting here like, this nigga done moved how many times, y'all? Like, how many times have all of them moved? Like, Cynthia moved twice, then she ended up going back over to her original spot, then Peter done and got a spot, and then the motherfucker had some issues with the dude that owned the place, and it was going through some kind of foreclosure shit or whatever the fuck, and now this nigga's looking for another spot. But here's the deal. Supposedly now he has now asked Cynthia to be a part of bar one, right? And I guess the blogs have been talking about she done financed this shit, and she gave him some money to go ahead and do that shit. She's like, I don't give a fuck about that shit because my money is his money, etc., etc. Which in real, reality, okay, let's be real, they are married, and even though Peter don't seem to have his finances all the way together, okay, throughout the course of the seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta, them motherfuckers are married, so I don't see what the big motherfucking deal is. If she wants to go ahead and give a little money to bar one, which seemingly has been doing okay, and I know some of y'all in Atlanta have actually been there. Some of y'all have said the restaurant is actually decent, it's cool, the food is good or whatever. So if the shit's still making money, you can't blame her for wanting to be a part of that. And at the end of the day, that is her husband, and she wants to know what the fuck is going on, so that's a good way to have to, make yourself a part of the equation. You know what I'm saying? But if they don't pick a damn spot and make that shit its permanent residence, nigga. So we got Claudia and Candy, and Claudia decides to go ahead and visit Candy at the candy factory, because she ain't never been there, and she wanted to surround herself with a successful woman that doesn't seem to be about the drama and shit. So, Candy's giving her a little, tour of the candy factory, like,
welcome to the candy factory.
And they get to talking about her show, Candy Coated Nights. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, y'all know now she got a little internet web show, Candy Coated Nights, and she was doing it, and it was looking bootleg. I've seen it before. They didn't really have much of a set. They just kind of stood in front of some laptops or whatever, and whoever she had on the show, they just sat in front of, like, it looked like even like one of them little coffee tops or one of them little, those meal top desks or whatever, right? So I guess Todd was like, look, I need you to go ahead and make a little set, put Candy Coated Nights on pause, make a set so it looks professional and shit. So she was showing her the set, and they get to talking about the fact that she wants her on the show, and that Claudia was like, yeah, I'm cool, I'll be real and keep it funky, because Candy's talking about you need to be, honest and truthful on the show, because we talk about sex and like real type shit, right? They get to talking, they get to Portia, right? Which, Portia and Claudia work together at the radio station, okay? So Candy's asking her, how's it working with Portia and shit? Because Portia was throwing all kinds of shade at the beginning of the season towards Claudia, acting all brand new and shit, right? So I guess, Claudia's like, I ain't got no beef with her. We were just hanging out in Miami a little while back. And I guess they were hanging out with some mutual African friends. Now, y'all know the blog's been talking about how Portia had a little African prince or whatever the fuck. I guess this nigga was married or whatever. And I guess he done broke up with her since because she done gave back her little car she was driving or whatever from what I had heard. But, you didn't hear that shit from me. And Claudia was like, I was sitting right next to her when Portia was saying that she wanted to get one of these African men. And Candy's ass was like,
Oh, okay.
long story short, I guess they were talking about possibly having some of the girls on the show. And Candy was like, all right, I'm gonna try to see if I can get the girls together. And Claudia was like, hey man, just don't tell them I'm an asshole because I ain't no damn asshole. I'm really nice. And of course, Candy's like, I'm gonna see what I can do. So we're on to Phaedra over at her crib now, right? And her doorbell rings and it turns out it's 3 dudes or whatever. And these 3 dudes are here to talk to her about installing some kind of fence because right now she ain't really feeling real secure or whatever. So she feels like she needs some extra security as something to kind of, provide a barrier around the house so the crazies don't get in, okay? So she goes ahead and she goes outside and she's talking about the fact that she's trying to figure out if there's a possible way that they can shock motherfuckers if they put the gate up and put some kind of electrical shock type of situation. So if a motherfucker touches the gate or whatever, they'll get shocked and they're like, ma'am, we don't do that type of shit, right? So next thing you know, there's a nice little BMW that pulls up on the motherfucking driveway. And in comes this nigga Apollo. This dumb motherfucker gonna walk up on the driveway, walk up on their conversation, acting like his ass has been there and had anything to do with this motherfucking fence he's trying to put up. Like he ain't been in the street at the parties, strip clubs and shit. And put his hands in his pocket and be like,
Alright, so who doing the work?
Then them 3 motherfuckers gonna talk about whatever footers and shit they gonna put in the motherfucking shit and the landscape and the fence and shit. And this dumb nigga gonna act like he know what the fuck they talking about. So this nigga gonna be like,
So do you plan on opening this up over here with them things and everything? You gonna put that stuff over there? When you open that shit up with everything going on?
nigga, you don't know what the fuck you talk about, nigga. We already established your ass can't lay a brick, can't put not damn bit of nothing to some contractual work, and your ass walking up in here like you know what the fuck you talking about, nigga. If you don't take your ass back to the strip club. So we got Kenya and her aunt, okay? They go into a spa to get some, facials and shit, okay? So they get to getting their facials done and shit. Of course, Kenya's ass is sitting there talking about how natural is better because the shit they put on their face is supposed to be some natural shit or whatever. So she's like, natural is better. Then her motherfucking ass is gonna throw some shade towards Nene and be like, yeah, if you look like Nene, you might need a little bit more than that. And her aunt was like, bitch, that was some shade. She's like, nah, I'm not being shady. I'm just saying. She openly admits that she's had Botox and surgeries or whatever the fuck. So I'm just saying, if she admits it, it's whatever. Meanwhile, I'm like, didn't y'all 2 motherfuckers squash that shit like last episode? Didn't y'all talk that shit out, do little kumbaya type shit and try to move on from what the fuck y'all had beef with? So her and the aunt get done with their facials and shit, and they sit down and have conversations about the conversations that happened between Portia, her, Nene, and Cynthia when they had their little sit down at the tavern last episode, okay? Where they supposedly squashed all that damn beef. So now she's sitting here talking about, oh yeah, I had talked to Portia and she came at me, because you all know Kenya's always the victim and shit, right? So Portia came at me and I finally came over to her and I gave her a hug. And I just said, let's just put things aside. And then she goes on to talk about Nene and the conversation that she done had with her and how Nene said that they were friends now. And she's like, oh shit, did hell freeze over and shit. And here go her aunt, who don't know that this girl is full of shit, okay? And she's gonna be like, I'm just really happy that you've grown as a person. And of course, here goes Kenya's old victim shady ass talking about some,
all I can do is take one step at a time and just try to continue to grow.
Y'all, this bitch done win Miss USA on her aunt's ass, okay? So we got Nene and her minion Greg, okay? They at the crib and she done got a bunch of packages and shit and she bragging about the fact that she gets gifts all the motherfucking time and barely has time to open them motherfuckers. So I guess she eventually gets a call from her agent, and I guess she got 3 offers to do Broadway. Now, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, for real. Like, Nene gets on my motherfucking nerves, but the bitch is doing the damn thing, and the shit she gets to do, which y'all already know, I already know she ain't got no damn acting bone in her damn body, but she is a hustler, and her damn manager is doing the damn thing. So I guess she got 3 offers to do some kind of Broadway, whatever the fuck. So now we're on the set of Candy Coated Nights. Like, look, I don't know why I cannot stand her intro, but whatever. Do you, boo-boo? So they're on the set pilot of her little web show or whatever, or it's not really little, but y'all know the drip. So they're on the show, and I guess she introduced her couple of hosts or whatever, but before all of that, she had a little, issue with Ty. There was a little tension going on, because you can tell they both kind of type A personalities and shit, and they were both trying to run things, and they kind of bump heads in that regard. But turns out they had a good show. Claudia came on as one of the guests, and of course one of the questions was, did you suck Jamie Foxx's dick when you were on the foxhole? And she of course took a little drink and was like, no. He looks at me as a sis, and of course I'm always like, but whatever. Either way, that's pretty much what happened in that scene. We got Cynthia and Peter, and they're back at the original bar 1 in its umpteenth location, okay? And they're getting ready to pretty much, I guess, sign the deal with trying to go to this new location in the new Bourbon Street of Atlanta, all right? So they're just sitting there reminiscing about how it was before with Uptown and shit, and how this nigga done gave her fibroids because of all the stress he done put her ass through and shit. And they just had a little bit of reminiscing or whatever. And of course, Cynthia makes sure to let everybody know that they still together after everybody thought that they were gonna break up. And that's pretty much what the fuck happened in that scene too. Phaedra and her mom are on the way to a white gala being given by the National Bar Association to receive an award for her work as an attorney amongst other people. Attorneys and judges and mayors and shit. So she's going to the gala with her mama to accept the award and shit. She also made it a point to let her mama know that she almost declined the shit because after all the shit with Apollo, she didn't really know if she would feel completely comfortable with walking up on stage to accept an award, considering her husband's a criminal. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, she's got guts to have done that. Okay, she was ballsy to do that, and I have to give her props for that. But I still don't think her ass is clean in this motherfucker. I don't give a shit. I know everybody has a different opinion, but ain't no way that motherfucker's gonna do no damn multi-million-dollar scheme in my motherfucking house under my roof, and I don't know shit about it. But whatever, I digress. So we at Candy's house, and she's finna have a little sex party of some sort. At first she was talking about trying to have it with men and women, and now she's decided to just make it the girls and shit. So she pretty much invites everybody. That would be Nene, all them motherfuckers, in addition to some other motherfuckers, friends that she's got or whatever, so she invited them as well. So, Portia comes in a full-on ball gown and shit, and I don't know what the fuck she trying to do, rocking that shit, just a sex party, but whatever. And we got, everybody else that done came in and shit. And of course, when Nene gets there, Kenya goes ahead and walks up on Nene and shit, and tries to give her a little hug and shit. And of course, Nene is like, whatever, bitch, I ain't fucking with you. And then Cynthia was there as well, and he didn't even acknowledge her ass, and they even asked to see if she knew Claudia, and she barely said shit to her, because she was like, yeah, I met that bitch a million years ago, okay? So full-on throttle shade by Nene has been thrown at like 4 bitches in the last couple of seconds, okay? So of course they're all upset and shit because last time they done had a conversation, supposedly shit was squashed. Of course, some of Candy's friends walk up in that motherfucker, and I see this little boo-haired bitch, and her ass's name is Gotcha or whatever, the Gucci or whatever the fuck. Either way, I know that bitch is probably gonna be up to no motherfucking good. I guess Claudia caught the little shade and shit, right? And so Claudia felt she would walk up to Nene and be like, hey bitch, I don't have no beef with you. We met a little while ago, and I just wanted to see what's going on here, because I felt a little shady, shade when they said that we had talked, and kind of, I just felt like there was a little cold shoulder going on. And of course Nene's like, whatever, that's just Nene, that's how I do it, shit. And I'm like, bitch, when the fuck did you get some type of attitude, bitch? Like, ain't nobody begging to be your friend. Let's just be real. Claudia seems to be a nice girl. I ain't see any issue with her. I would fuck with the bitch. You know what I'm saying? She cool with me. I don't know why you throwing shade at every motherfucking body. And my thing is, bitch, if you don't want to be there, then don't fucking go. They start this little game shit. She introduces the sexologist and shit, and they try to start a little game, whatever the fuck, where they put a strap thing on each other and get connected. And of course, the first 2 people Candy suggests to get strapped together is Cynthia and Nene's ass, right? So all of a sudden, Nene ain't wanting to be strapped down to Cynthia, and Cynthia's like, look, bitch, I ain't trying to beg to be strapped to your ass neither, right? And I ain't even gonna lie, even though Cynthia be getting on my damn nerves this season, I'm not gonna lie, she held her own, because Nene's being a motherfucking bitch. And my thing is, by this time, at this point, I'd have told Nene's ass to leave, because ain't nobody want your negative ass there to begin with. Nene's ass acting like a damn wet rag, spoiling the mood and shit, my ass would have been like, look, either you change your motherfucking attitude or you can step the fuck off and get the fuck out my house. Now the sexologist wants everybody to open up and tell a little bit about themselves from a relationship perspective. So they start off with Nene, and Nene's talking about how she done been with her minion for 18 years. Then they go on to Portia's ass, so talking about she's with that African prince, a Nigerian prince or whatever. And supposedly, like I had said earlier, you know, he got a few of them motherfuckers in addition to herself that he fucking with. And of course, Claudia talks about some stuff, and they kind of go around the room and do their thing and shit, right? And of course, they get to this gotcha bitch, and of course, her ass is in there saying, yeah, you know, I've been in a relationship for the last year, and our anniversary is on Sunday and shit. And so they move on to Demetria's ass, who's new for me, okay? Because I haven't recapped her so far as of yet. But we all know about this Roger Bob motherfucker, whatever the fuck his name is. And so she makes it a point to make sure that we all know that she's dating this nigga, and that she's been dating this nigga for the last 7-8 years. So then this gotcha bitch is gonna be like, so how long ago was that year and a half that y'all split up or whatever? When did that go down, right? And of course, Demetria's like, well, we were on the set of House of Pain or House of Cards or whatever the fuck. And of course, you know, we took a break and we decided to see what was going on. And of course, he wanted to see and I wanted to see if we could live without each other. And then we done got back together. Whatever fucking bullshit Demetria's ass is talking about, okay? So now this gotcha bitch is gonna say that she dated him too, okay? And of course, you know, for me, of course, the word dated would be, of course, replaced with fucked, okay? Because let's be real, we know Roger Bob probably has his dick in every motherfucking bitch. You know, this nigga paid, he got pussy thrown at him all the motherfucking time. My understanding, and of course everyone else's understanding, is the fact that Demetria's ass is probably not the only one, okay? And so gotcha might just have been one of them other motherfuckers as well. So she said she had heard about Demetria when they had gone to Vegas together, and he had said that Demetria was one of, you know, just one of his artists or whatever. Everybody looking in the room and shit. Claudia's over there whispering to Nene, is this shit real and shit? And of course, Candy's all instigating ass is over here like, knowing her motherfucking ass brought this gotcha bitch up in this motherfucker, probably knowing that that nigga done dated Roger Bob, okay? Of course, her ass is upset, and Demetria's ass exits stage left. So she walks out the damn building, and everybody's talking and shit. And next thing you know, even the sexologist's ass is sitting there having conversations with Nene and Kenya and them, trying to hash out the situation and be like, yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to be public with their 7-8 year girlfriend or whatever the fuck? So she all involved in shit and trying to get the tea and shit. And of course, Cynthia follows Demetria's ass out the door and is like, hey, hold up, are you okay? Is everything all right? And Demetria's like, I'm cool. And Cynthia's like, hey, do you believe her? And Demetria's like, I know her ass is lying. And Cynthia was like, were you with Roger Bob at this time? And Demetria's ass is like, yeah, I was with him at the time. Next thing you know, Demetria decides to go ahead and take her ass on, okay? And then we looking at dildos and shit, black and white dildos and shit, okay? So that pretty much ends the episode, and I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen on the next one. You guys know I'm feeling much better, so we will see you in the next episode recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Again, thank you guys so much for being patient with me. Let me know down below what y'all thought of this particular episode, and I know y'all saw the memes on Instagram of Roger Bob and who's dating that nigga and shit. Supposedly he's been around the bush and back and shit. And Demetria's trying to claim his ass all over the place, putting up pictures, holding his hand and shit, walking off into the sunset together and shit. And if you haven't, check out Instagram and just look up under his name or under her name and you'll see that shit. But we gonna see what the fuck happens, because I guess Claudia and Nene have a little issue, and Demetria and Phaedra have a little issue. There's gonna be some other things going on next episode, and I'm truly looking forward to it. I do have a problem with the fact that after Gotcha done came out with her little shit about Roger Bob, that she became a mute thereafter. Like, the bitch didn't have shit to say. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but whatever. Comment down below, let me know what y'all thought of the entire episode. Of course, thumbs up this video if you love seeing these videos from your girl, and you already know what to do. As always, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/SocialiteSandy. Hit me up on my Facebook fan page and my Pinterest page. Those links are down below. Hit me up on my blog, TheSocialiteLife.blogspot.com, and hit me up on Instagram at SocialiteSandy. And you already know I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Bye.